Hello, and welcome to this case study in this section on introduction and overview in this course, how to do well in an interview. So, in this section, as you know, we have been helping you understand, get an overview of the process that can help you do better in your interviews to get a job that you're looking for. And in this particular lecture module, we will take you through a case study that focuses on the full interview journey from planning, preparing, and performing well to finally secure the job. Right. So let's take a look at that. So here is a high impact and practical case study, challenging case study that focuses on full interview journey of planning, preparing, and performing well to secure the job. That's a perfect for interviewing for success, isn't it? So let's take a look at this. So in this challenging case, what is the profile of the person that he is involved? So it's a case, it's a hypothetical name that we are giving to an actual situation to mask the identity. The person, let's say, assume the name is Arjun Rao. He's age 26 around and experience of 3 years as business analyst. And he wants to become a product analyst in a global tech company with the objective of career growth in a product focused role with higher responsibility. So that is the initial background of the case or the context of the case. Now, what is the challenge in this situation? Now, Arjun was shortlisted earlier but could not crack the interviews as is now selected for an interview in his dream company. But he has faced many challenges earlier, many issues earlier. What are these? Let's take a look at. He has anxiety during the interviews, thought freeze, voice trembles. He lacks structured answers, talks too much, loses clarity. He shows skills but not business impact. Recruiters see him as replaceable. So he doesn't have something that people want to keep him forever. And he has a weak closing in the interviews. He does not convince his recruiters that he is the top choice. Now, with this interview that is coming up from his dream company, he knows he has only one shot to get this role. So he works with a coach, let's say, for example, a coach who helps him develop an insightful solution, right? And what are the things in the insightful solution? First thing he does is he prepares for the interview strategically, right? Now, what are the elements of that? What does he do? He creates a 3C preparation blueprint. Now, what is this 3C? 3C basically is borrowed from marketing, where you analyze the company, competitor, and the customer. For company, he researches mission, culture, latest product launches, and the idea to show alignment and enthusiasm with the company. Then he analyzes the competitors, the market share differentiation to basically ask smart questions to the interviewers. And then he understands the customers by looking at the reviews, pain points, and feature gaps to basically show his product thinking in the interview. So he needs to not only tell but also show. So showing the product thinking, he needs to do all this 3C analysis. And what we learned from this strategic interview planning, we basically see is that the interviewers will hire people who understand the business, not just the role. So you need to understand the whole company, competitor, and the customers. Right. Then, as a part of this solution, he prepares impact stories using a STAR plus ME method. STAR standing for situation, task, action, results, and ME standing for metrics and enhancement. Now, what does he do that? He selects 6 career advancements, right? And converts each of them into using this formula of star and metrics. The examples, one example of what he prepared to give you a real life feeling was that he said he prepared this small story saying that he reduced reporting time by 60% by automating the dashboards in Power BI, freeing up analysts for deeper insights, and today I would integrate predictive features using machine learning. So he reports one of the achievements like this. And the learning for us there is that the stories win hard, fair enough, but numbers win minds. So we need to have both stories to win the hearts as well as numbers to win the minds. Because we need to win the story, heart, and the mind of the interviewers put together, as you will see later on also. The third step of the insightful solution was to build a role fit narrative. So, story, if a story that fits with the role. So, Arjun prepares his branding message, which basically reads out something like this, so that I combine analytical depth with strong product insight. I don't just present data, I enable better product decision. And not only he prepares this, but he practices. He practices few things like, you know, 60-second tell me about yourself pitch, where he talks about this pitch that I combine analytical depth, etc., etc. He prepares value statement, he practices value statement aligned to job description keywords, and he prepares the questions that show strategic maturity. Questions like, how do you measure success of this product beyond downloads? And the learning from the insight from this is for us is that interviews are value alignment conversation, just not interrogations, right? So that's the third step he does part of the insightful solution. The fourth step that he did was he prepares the performance execution framework. There he uses the 3P performance formula. The 3Ps here are presence, spacing, and precision. He practices calm breathing, confident posture, smile to control anxiety that he is facing with. He uses 1 or 2 second pause before answering to show clarity and answers in less than a minute with a strong finish to show leadership communication. And he records using this framework, he does 5 mock interviews with a coach to refine the delivery. And the outcome and the learning from here is that in a confident tone can eliminate even a moderate answer. So you need to develop that confidence, which can only come with a practice. So 5 practices are good to start. The next part of the insightful solution was to ask smart questions to stand out. And in the interview, Arjun asks few questions like, what current user behavior insight most influence your product roadmap? So he kind of turns the tables. And that shows business IQ and product mindset. And not what is the team. He didn't ask things like, what is the team size? How soon I will be promoted? Which I like, everyone does that. So there's nothing that you can help you stand out. And the learning here is that the strong questions convert candidate into what are the peers, because you once you join them, you're no more a candidate and you peer, and they're not looking for candidates, they're looking for people who can perform, right? The sixth step and the last step was to close the interview with intent. And what did he do there? He finalized, he finished his interview with this statement saying, I see the perfect alignment between the challenges you are facing and the strengths I bring. I'm excited to contribute to improve products, engagement metrics in my first 90 days, right? And the learning here is that if you don't ask for a job, you won't get it. You leave doubt and then you won't get it, right? So, what is the final outcome? Say a week later, he gets an offer with a 52% salary increase. And the feedback along with the HR when he asked was that you gave best structured responses, we saw strong business alignment, and there was a clear passion for the product. So why not hire you was the answer. So what are the final key takeaways for learners like you and me? First is preparation brings confidence and clarity. So preparation is the key, right? Then you are evaluated on impact, not experience. So not what you have done, but what impact can you make to the company if you join them. Then interview is about positioning your strengths to solve their problems. So you need to be mindful of their problems and how can you use your strengths to solve them, and yet you need to communicate well. And then you must market yourself like a product, right? And a powerful closing pushes you ahead of other strong candidates. Other strong candidates. There will be other strong candidates. The weaker candidates would have got, sifted out earlier only. And one line formula, if I were to leave with you to remember, is that plan to know them meaning your recruiters, prepare to show value, that you are relevant to them and you will make an impact there, and perform to own the room, right? So what will we do in the next module? So we look at our own 3P formula now of plan, perform, and plan, prepare, and perform. And we will take a look at we will take a deep dive into what to plan and how. So thank you so much for watching this case study in this section, introduction and overview. I hope you're beginning to learn new things, beginning to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.